general knowledge of legislation in relation to the homeopathic pharmacy. Hello dear students, welcome you all in the beautiful world of homeopathic pharmacy. My name is Dr. Bhakti Gisti and our today's topic is legislation. It is the most awaited topic. So many students want me to explain this topic. Legislation is nothing but a law. The laws related to the homeopathic medicines. It is very easy. For the UG student, the Drug and Cosmetic Act can be asked for 5-mark short note, and the limited syllabus is there for the UG students. Okay, but in the legislation, while you are study about the legislation, you should know about the exact definition of homeopathy. Then the next thing is the adulterant, the spurious drug, the misbranded drug. What are the misbranded drugs? Okay, then about the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Okay, this is a few important point which I am going to explain you in this lecture. So let's start the lecture. Now who is he? He is Raja Ranjit Singh. I had already explained you about Raja Ranjit Singh in last topic, that is drug proving. The homeopathy system of medicine is about 200-year old. In India, the first time it was introduced and patronized by Raja Ranjit Singh in 19th century. Now, what do you mean by the patronized? See, patronized means frequently used. So Raja Ranjit Singh introduced homeopathy and he started use homeopathic medicines frequently. Okay, so he patronized the homeopathic system in the India. In 1969, first time homeopathy got a legal status and it was introduced in Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. The Drug and Cosmetic Act regulates the import, manufacture and distribution and sale of the drugs. The Homeopathic Acts and the rules are formed by a subcommittee of Drug Technical Advisor Board for Homeopathy. Now this Drug Technical Advisor Board, it is also called as DTAB. All are capital. Okay, DTAB. So the Homeopathic Act and the rules are formed by Subcommittee of Drugs Technical Advisor Board for Homeopathy. Now about the legal definition of homeopathic medicines. Homeopathic medicines include any drug which is recorded in homeopathic proving or the therapeutic efficacy of which has been established through long clinical experience, as recorded in authoritative homeopathic literature of India or abroad, and which is prepared according to the technique of homeopathic pharmacy but does not include a medicine which is administered by parenteral route. Now what do you mean by the parenteral route? So parenteral route means by injection or by catheter. Okay, the medicine which you can give to your patient through syringe or through the catheter. It is not included in the homeopathic medicine. Next thing, the meaning of this definition, that homeopathic medicines include any drug, okay, which is included in any kind of the authoritative book, means HPI, BHP, GHP. That drug should be mentioned in any book. Okay, we can consider it as a homeopathic medicine. And the medicine does not include a medicine which is administered by the parenteral route like syringe or catheter. Now the quality of drug. The quality of drug should include the import and the manufacture is given already in the quality control chapter and in the standardization chapter also. We all know about the standards. We can we know about the organoleptic evaluation, physical evaluation, biological evaluation. We know how to which is given in the topic quality control. So the quality control and the standardization of drug, okay, it is the sum of all these things is given in the quality of the drug. We can consider the conditions which is given in quality control topic and the different kind of the standard physical, organoleptic, physical, chemical, biological standard of that drug. Next thing is a misbranded drug. Now what do you mean by the misbranded drug? The drug shall be deemed to be misbranded if it is so colored, coated, powdered or polished that damage is concealed, or if it is made to appear of greater therapeutic value that it really is. Means it is not that much effective, but they are showing more than that. Okay, it is not that much effective, but it is showing more than that. The drug is more colored, unnecessarily more colored, coated, powdered. Okay, so this is some characteristics of the misbranded drug. Next thing, if it is not labeled in a prescribed manner. We know about the proper the conditions which is included in the labeling. Okay, you should write the name of drug, the potency of the drug, then the manufacturer name. All these conditions we know about it. Okay, so if it is not labeled in a prescribed manner, then it must be the misbranded drug. Next thing, if it's label or container or anything accompanying the drug bears any statement, design or device which makes any false claim for the drug, or which is false or misleading in any particular. Means if the any drug the label shows any kind of the statement that this drug should help to lose the weight within 15 days, but it is not the drug to lose the weight. Okay, so it is you are giving a wrong message, any false claim. Okay, false claim means wrong message. You are showing any wrong message, giving any wrong message. Okay, false claim, you are giving false claim that this drug should able to do this, and it is not able to do that. So it is a false claim. Next thing is, if it is about its container. We all know that we avoid to use amber colored container, blue colored glass bottles to store the medicines. But if the medicine is stored in amber color bottle or blue color bottle, then these drugs should be the misbranded drugs. Next is adulterated drugs. Now in adulterated drugs, the drugs shall be deemed to be adulterated if it consists any filthy, putrid, decomposed substances. Next thing, if it has been prepared, packed or stored under insanitary conditions. Third one, if its containers is composed of any poisonous substance or any deleterious substances which may render the content injurious to health. Next one, for the purpose of coloring only, if it bears or it contains for a purpose of coloring only a color other than one which is prescribed. Okay, if it is showing two colors or more than one, means if it is shows more than one color, but the prescribed color is only one and it is showing more than that. Then if it contains any harmful or toxic substances. Okay, so these drugs deemed as the adulterated drugs. Next one is spurious drugs. Now what do you mean by the spurious? Spurious is also called as a fake or false, okay, fake drugs or false drug, okay. It is also called as the spurious drugs. Drug shall be deemed to be spurious if it is manufactured under the name which belong to the another drug, okay. So first one is mistaken name, okay. If it is manufactured under the name which belong to the another drug, okay. Second, about its identity, if it is an imitation of or is a substitute for the another drug or resemble another drug in a manner likely to devise or bear upon its label or container the name of another drug unless it is plainly and conspicuously marked so as to reveal its true character and its lack of identity with such other drug, okay. So about its identity, if it is lacking in its identity, it is looking like other drug, it is showing the symptoms of the other drug, okay. So it is what it is about their identity, they lose their identity, they are losing their identity. Next one is about the drug which does not exist. If the label or container bear the name of an individual or a company purporting to be the manufacturer of the drug, which individual or company is fictitious or does not exist, okay. On the label it is the name of the manufacturer given which is does not exist, okay. So it is a false, okay, it is a fake. Next one, the substitute drug. If it has been substituted wholly or in part by another drug or substance. Now what do you mean by the substitute? In place of other. So if you are using this drug in place of other drug, then it is called as a substituted drug, okay. Last one, if it is not truly a product. If it purports to be the product of manufacturer of whom it is not truly a product, okay, it is not truly a product. This is all about the spurious drug, the false, the fake drugs. Next one is the standard to be followed. The second schedule covers the standard to be complied with by imported drug manufacturer for sale, sold, stock or exhibited for a sale or distributed. Homeopathic medicines are also covered under second schedule 4A, which is given in the Drug and Cosmetic Act. So what exactly Drug and Cosmetic Act? The Drug and Cosmetic Act in 1940 is an act of Parliament of India which regulate the import, manufacture and the distribution of drugs in India. The primary objective of the act is to ensure that the drugs and cosmetics sold in India are safe, effective and conform to state quality standard. Okay, the medicine maintained by its stated level of the standard. Okay, it is of good quality. It is not harmful for the people. Okay, so this is the main content of the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Okay, now below that I am showing I wrote the part 6A. What is given in part 6A? Cell of homeopathic medicine. See students, it is sometimes it will ask as a rare question, but for your information, the sale of homeopathic medicine includes so many subtitles like appointment of licensing authority, application for a grant or renewal of the license, damage or loss of license, power of licensing authority. All these there are so many subtitles under this rule. Okay, you go through that in detail, but for UG student this question was not asked in so details. Okay, you have to know about the Drug and Cosmetic Act only. Next one is part 7A. The manufacturer for sale or for the distribution of homeopathic medicine. Here also so many subtitles are included, like manufacturer on more than one set of. Next, application of for the license to manufacture the homeopathic medicine. Then about the application of manufacturer new homeopathic medicine. All these subtitles are included in the 7A, the manufacturer of the cell of or distribution of homeopathic medicine. Next is 9A. Okay, in the 9A, it given about the labeling, packing of homeopathic medicine. Okay, the manner of labeling of homeopathic medicine. Then about the prohibition of the quality and percentage given in the labeling and packing of homeopathic medicine. Then about the ophthalmic preparations in homeopathic medicine. Okay, in schedule FF, standard for ophthalmic preparations is given. So part A contains the ophthalmic solutions and suspension. In that, the ophthalmic solution and suspension shall, with the conditions of that is given. Then about their containers, how to use, all the things related to the solution and suspension of ophthalmic medicines is given in part A. And in part B, the ophthalmic ointments. Okay, about the ophthalmic ointments, what should be the warning for the ophthalmic ointment, what are the precautions, and everything about the ophthalmic ointment is given in schedule FF, standard for ophthalmic preparation. Also there is schedule K, in which the class of drug with extent and conditions of exemption is given. I forgot to mention over here about that, but it's schedule K for kite. Okay, so schedule K includes the class of drugs with extent and condition of exemptions. So this is about a gross information about the legislation topic. But if you are from the other state, and in your state, in your syllabus, if any other question is underlined, so please message me that in the comment box, so I can explain about the answer of those questions in the second part of the legislation. But for the UG student, I feel that this much is enough. Okay, now something about my online homeopathic clinic students. See, you know me as a teacher, but I want to tell you about my online clinic also, the Royal Care online homeopathic clinic. So if you are you want to take the appointment for the online clinic, you can call me on a given number or mail me, so I can easily reach to the patient. Hey student, this is all about legislation for today's lecture. Please message me if you are having still some doubts regarding the legislation, and if you are having some another type of the questions on legislation, please mention it in a comment box. I hope you like the video. Thank you very much.